One of the world's most sought-after sopranos, and this could be why. Yes, Danielle Denise has won an Emmy, sung in a Ridley Scott movie, and has also performed with the likes of LL Cool J. There you go. Not bad for the Aussie, who was the youngest winner in the history of the classic TV show Young Talent Time. And I'm happy to say she's back in Australia for a very special performance in Melbourne and joins us now on the couch. Good morning, Danielle.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Lovely to see you both.
So this is a bit of a homecoming for you, isn't it?
A massive homecoming, and it's my first appearance and my only appearance here in Melbourne this winter after the pandemic. So I'm really, really excited to be back in town. It's great.
So where's home for you now? Because you left Australia when you were pretty young.
That's right, yeah. We moved to Los Angeles when I was about 10 years old, and I live now in the UK. I'm married a Brit, so I live in the UK. But when you're an opera singer, you travel all over the world. So kind of anywhere that I would be going, I'd be long distance with somebody. So
Okay. Tell us about the show, because it's a bit of a unique show.
This concert's going to be amazing. It's one of the most varied programs I've ever done, and our artistic director of Australian Contemporary Opera, who's presenting this concert, she said to me last night, it's basically a portrait of an artist, except the artist that I am is quite a varied artist, having done so many different things from Broadway to the West End to singing with LL Cool J, as you mentioned. So it's an amazing program. It has, for example, the song from Hannibal, but it also has some Australian world premieres of songs that have been written for me by James Macmillan, who composed for the Queen's funeral and the coronation. I'm really going to be performing a quite wide variety, and also some of my absolute favourite songs from the sort of golden age. So, you know, I've Got Rhythm and I Hate Men, and, you know, great Cole Porter, Gershwin, Leonard Bernstein, West Side Story. It's going to be a really fantastic way to show people, you know, who I am right now as an artist and how I've evolved.
Amazing. You have done so much in your career, but be honest, winning Young Talent Time, was that like the ultimate?
100% the ultimate thing. It was absolutely an amazing thing to do when I was so young. And when you're young, I mean, when I see this clip, it still makes me weep, because I just remember all of my dreams were born in Australia. That's the thing. At 8, this was the age I was when I decided, even though I'm on Young Talent Time, I want to be an opera singer.
Wow.
Yeah, and you know, to go and sing on live television like that, I don't know how I did that.
That show was everything.
Yeah, it was
every family tuned in to watch that.
Yeah, it was, you know, what the Mickey Mouse Club is to American children. Young Talent Time was to every single child in Australia, and to be on a show like that, I think it was the vote of confidence that really meant so much. The whole nation getting behind you and going, yeah, you're the best talent in Australia at that age was, you know, it was unbelievable.
When we speak to other musicians, we hear about how they take all this great care of their instruments and they travel with them. Sometimes they book like seats on flights next to them. How do you look after your voice? Because, I mean, this is something that we even think about a bit, but we're not in the same league, right? Like, so what do you do to make sure your voice is right for a performance, particularly with like viruses and all the rest of it floating around? Yeah,
being an opera singer is pretty high maintenance, just because you can't take your voice outside of your body and sort of leave it on the mantle. That's what Kiri Takano used to say to me. She was always saying you have to think of yourself and conserve things for yourself, because other people won't do it for you. They won't protect you in the same way. I try to still live in the world, but yes, I do kind of pay attention to the ambience around me, whether it's drying, if it's too much heating, if it's too much aircon.
Like testing the humidity of where you go into.
Absolutely. Or if you go into a noisy restaurant, for example, then I'll be thinking, God, I have to sing tomorrow. So how long should I stay in this very loud atmosphere where I have to work to be heard? So there's so many of those elements. The main bit, though, is just drinking lots of water.
Okay.
Not drinking alcohol too much, and lots of water, lots of tea, lots of hydration is really the main thing that keeps your voice beautifully moisturised and happy.
The venues you've performed in are just absolutely amazing, legendary. Do you have a favourite?
I'm so spoiled to say that I have many favourites. I've loved performing at the Metropolitan Opera, where I was a young artist, so I really came up in that world, and it's really one of my homes. But Glyndebourne is also a home for me, and I also live there because my husband is the chairman of Glyndebourne. His grandfather founded Glyndebourne, so I really made an artistic home there before we became a couple, and I've continued that thread with Glyndebourne as a place where I can really try new things and take new adventures. And even Sydney Opera House, where I've performed, is, you know, one of the most Australian icons, but it's a global iconic landmark. So, but I loved La Scala. I loved Paris National Opera. I'm very spoiled. I've been, you know, I've had, you know, a lot of career success, and I've worked really hard for that. So it's really wonderful to see all of the dreams that started from when I was a child in Australia come all the way to fruition. So it's a real homecoming for me, this concert on Friday.
Oh, well, so many people are looking forward to it. Best of luck with the performance, but also what's to come next. And we're so happy that you came in to have a chat with us. Absolutely brilliant. Danielle, thank you.
Thank you.
So much.
Thanks.